Still showing as offline. Oh, wait.
Nope. Oh. Here we go. I think we're getting connectivity again. All right.
Talk about frustrating.
I guess we're live for now, so we'll give it a shot. Hopefully it lasts this time. All right. So, quick recap again, since our entire recap got deleted. As we work through our technical difficulties tonight, and hopefully the stream stays online this time. When last our intrepid band of heroes had met, you guys have been fleeing the destruction of the Empire's fortress after fighting Prince Rakif. You head back to Greenvale, booted out, headed to meet with Left Hand Jack. Quick summary: you met with her, you had some chats, you got the Keystones back, put them back on the ship, went shopping, resupplied the ship. Korg got addicted to drugs. You took Korg's drugs, threw him over the side of the ship so that he would break his addiction, decided not to buy any more drugs. And then Ortho found out he's the new Baron because he was formerly adopted. And then he's like, then it turns out that Ortho being formerly adopted, he finds out more about the secrets of the Order of Time. The Order of Time turns out to be secretly sponsored by Prince Rakif, who's actually part of the Order of Prime. He's been playing both sides against each other in order to try to take over the world and destroy it and do all the nasty stuff. And that's our quick summary again. And hopefully we'll be able to play and we won't crash, because we've been trying for 52 minutes to get the stream up and running today, and we have not been able to get the stream up and running. So we're going to press here. We're going to try to play, get some playtime in. Thank you for resubbing, Only Shadowkin. You guys are headed back to try to find the Keystone of Air, which according to your Wayfinder is saying it's back near the surface somewhere, perhaps according to your charts and maps, heading back towards the Temple of the Primes, where you know the Sage of Air, Koze, resides when last you spoke to him.
Crazy dude.
Indeed. All right. So, setting a course, all that wonderful stuff, trying to find a place to enter the water before the Aether draw drops us out of the sky. Right? Right. And then, of course, I'll also be setting up my egg incubator.
Of course. Yes, let's not forget that you bought supplies to try to set up an incubation chamber for the red dragon egg. The most important thing to Belina.
That's fair.
So,
yeah,
you guys are charting a course. Are you heading back towards the closest surface town, of course, as you know, is Salash, the town of an empire town near the frontier of the ocean that has a large Lapine population, at least the last time you were there. But a lot of stuff went down in Salash when last you arrived in Salash.
Yes. So we know that Salash is an Empire-run town, and that we were there in our old ship last time, and we possibly could go again, provided that we have disguises up appropriately for those that may be recognized. However, I wouldn't recommend it. Still?
Well, Johannan, you're the captain. What course are you attempting to set here?
We had in order to get do we have, now that we're coming down closer, do we have a better idea of where? Does the Wayfinder give us a better idea of where it is, or do we just still have a giant vague area? Because we have to sail by sea to get to the temple, so we may not need to deal with Slosh at all.
It definitely seems to be pointing towards the Temple of the Primes.
All right. How are we doing on supplies right now?
Well,
we just re-up. We're good.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
We're good on food.
Yeah. And of course, we don't have a cleric anymore who could create food. However, we do have enough supplies for a while. And yeah.
Does anyone see a reason to go to Slosh, or should we just follow the Wayfinder for now?
Well, other than, we have to touch down in the water well before getting close to the temple, because the temple absorbs the aether around it and therefore makes it impossible to fly close.
We have to go down to the water?
Yes.
Ugh.
Now, do we want to start out by Slosh, or do we want to land a little further out and not even go near it? That is what I'm asking. Do we have a reason to go near it?
We don't. Nope, not at all. Not even a little bit. Nope.
Not even to say hi to people that we know?
They wouldn't know us because we'd have to be in disguise.
We're not. Are we really? That they want us to die there?
Yeah, because remember we had that falling out with the town guards and the magistrate there.
Was that where you turned me into Little Turtle and then I got?
No, that was a town. That was a different town. That was.
Oh, that was where we gave everybody Black Plague.
No, that was a different town as well.
No, that is where we killed everybody. That was. We had that where we tricked Mayor with your disguises and stuff.
Yes, yeah, that was.
See, we have many towns that don't like us. Hard to keep track.
Are you trying to do a slave uprising? I mean,
I was just kind of bringing up everything we've ever done,
and then abandoned them because it got scary.
Yeah, bye.
Because Drazar died. Oh.
Okay, look, that was well out of our control. Not my fault.
Oh.
Your mute function's not working properly, doll.
Go ahead and head towards the temple then, rather than going.
You want to head out towards more the middle of the ocean region?
Yes.
All right. The journey is relatively uneventful in the vast openness of the skies as you get lower and lower towards the actual surface of the planet, zooming past the occasional sky island here and there, distant dots of passing merchant vessels. But with a clear and steady focus, you glide down towards the surface, a couple days journey out from Slosh, once more abandoning it as usual, as you attempt to touch down to transition from sky to water. Go ahead and make me a navigation check with advantage as usual.
Navigation. Don't kill my ship. I did not kill my ship.
You glide effortlessly into the water, steering it much better than Drazar ever did, that's for sure. As you glide smoothly into the waves and begin to chart a direction, the Wayfinder continues to seem to point towards the temple. The swirling, iridescent aether streams starting to pick up in the distance after several days of travel. And as you get closer, the Wayfinder's needle begins to spin erratically and out of control, as though unable to function properly as you get closer to the vortex.
Yeah, that kind of
Not
makes
surprised
sense.
on that.
With the whole aether being sucked away, it's kind of hard for magic to function. Magical devices such as this function appropriately. I mean, that's just like it's like trying to set a compass on top of the North Pole. Right.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right. So I put the Wayfinder away and like, okay, guess right along.
Now it's time to do things the old-fashioned way.
We swim there.
Ugh. That sounds awful.
What, swimming? That's the most fun you can possibly have in the water.
Well, I don't be nowhere near it.
Definitely better.
The water? Do you not take baths?
I mean, it's better than trying to rescue some drowning maiden who actually is a mythical creature that wants to suck all the strength out of your body.
Okay, you didn't know that that's what she was, and we all agreed that we thought she was drowning. I just tried to act fast and save her.
I don't think we all agreed that at all. I think you just agreed that in your head.
I think you just proved my point about swimming.
Swimming is not dangerous if you are just in the right place.
Anyway.
Sorry.
So-
There's something's wrong with this map. One second. I'm fixing it. There we go. Okay. This should now work a little better. And a few glitches and errors, and I don't know what's causing them on my end, just from some sort of extension is causing an error on my end.
It's glitching error
Whatever.
night.
Ortho, this is your first time on the surface. As you get closer towards this swirling vortex, the sea gets choppier, it begins rocking the boat
Oh yeah,
back and forth, tossing and turning, wet, salty spray flying up over the boat's edge, kind of splashing against you.
Oh, I understand. I was feeling this way
You're
before you even
feeling
started
something.
talking about it. It's feeling sick time. Is there a better way to do this?
There's the edge of the boat over there for the contents of your stomach.
Well, that ain't no way to walk. Who just throws up in the water?
Best to get it all out now.
Does it
But-
all... What?
I was going to say probably avoid swimming in this area now. Wait till we get farther away.
Yeah. Boleyn is going to pull out a fishing pole.
Catch chunks of Ortho's lunch. This is burger from earlier today. Ground beef, my favorite. Mutton, what do you know?
After several days of rocky and tumultuous travel, you start to pull up towards the craggy island of the temple. The dock that you are oh so familiar with at the base of the cliffs juts out in the looming evening light as you slowly pull it up and make me a navigation check again. You guys used to crash into docks all the time.
Yes, we did.
I tried to remedy
That was not while I was the one piloting, though. I've only
Who was
done that like
piloting?
twice, and it was my
that
first
Dazar?
time.
Is that Dazar?
Bam!
Yeah. Always just
All right.
Flawless.
No,
You pull up
To it.
hold on.
flawlessly to the. What?
Hold
What do you
on.
want to
He
say?
has
Hold
to
on.
defend his dead character. Just wait.
No. Drazar never touched the wheel of the ship. It was always Johannan. It was them
No.
together.
No, Johannan wasn't skilled in water vessels, so Jazar always took the wheel in the
Ah.
water.
When we came into the water.
We have 40 videos of evidence. We could go back.
I am not responsible for our mess ups on water docks.
Okay.
In fact, she has not. We'd have to double check the videos, but I don't think the couple times she's been responsible for the landing, we've actually crashed with water with her.
As you dock the ship, your hands they leap out, quickly tying it down. You notice the remnants of an old campfire built with large wood, and you have recollections of your previous journey here when you traveled with Johnny 5, who had stayed behind with the ship and burned off some of your supplies while drunk with the crew partying. The vestiges of that campfire still sit here relatively undisturbed from the previous time. The howling, tumultuous tempest seems to calm as you set foot upon the ground, as though it swirls all around you, and you see that funnel of aether that seems to pour down to the center of the structure at the top of the winding cliff-based path.
Up the path we go.
Oh, finally. I get out and just kiss the ground.
I let Jace and Kira know to manage the ship and keep an eye out for any additional vessels coming close, to send a runner if anything comes by.
Aye, aye, Belina. You can count on us. They kind of look fondly at the campfire from the last visit.
And if you are going to partake in any beverages while we are here at a rest, please, again, leave a portion of the crew on a watch schedule.
Yeah, we know what to do. We've been here before.
You just sigh.
That nugget of confidence. You scale the winding cliffs. And approach the now updated map.
Ooh, pretty.
Because I've gotten better at map making since the last time we came here. Wandering around, you see a huddled old man muttering and speaking to himself.
We have permission to move on.
I didn't lock tokens. Okay. And you recognize... You should be able to move now.
Yay.
My fantasy grounds is acting up, guys. Now I'm having technical issues.
No.
You know, 'tis the night for it.
This
Jose.
huddled
It's a
old
big
man
question mark. Here he is.
walking around. He looks up as you approach. He's like, Jose, see you come again. Jose, no, you come back.
Yes, we definitely had to come back. So Koze, I come to understand from meetings with other sages that you may very well be Sage of Air.
Oh, you know Koze's secret. Not much secret, but you never ask. Koze, no. Koze, Sage of Air. And he breathes his raspy, bedded breath in your general direction.
So we've been collecting this Keystone.
Yes, to bring balance back to the world. Yes. To reforge what was once broken.
Yes, reforging the key, right?
Yes, you remember. Oh, and what is this? You bring a new person. Oh, a little man. Oh.
Yes, he is very little of a man.
What happens when you forge this key?
What once was broken becomes new again.
You got any more specifics?
The world that is shattered shall become whole.
You mean let the aspects out into this world?
The aspects of false gods for false idols. I speak of the greater mystery. Cause no. Cause see the truth of the world. Cause will reform with you. Cause's vessels, the chosen of the ancient ones.
Was anybody else paying attention? That sounds bad.
I don't think that sounds so bad. Maybe bad for the Empire, but not bad for the world.
No, that's exactly what Prince Rakif wants.
No. Prince Rakis just wants to destroy everything.
Destroy, create, cause they know that both are one side. And he holds out a gold coin and he passes it to his other hand. Of same coin.
Right, but we get to choose the side, whether we're creating, destroying.
Yes, cause they know you, the smart one of the group.
I feel like Koze's lying.
Go ahead, roll insight.
God dang it.
What he's saying is kind of on the up and up to you. You can't really detect. He's crazy maybe, but doesn't seem to be lying.
Yeah. So, we don't have the Stone of Aether, however. We're having...
Yes, Koze! Follow what you do. Koze, no! You lose the stone in Great City of Magic. Koze, watch! Koze, no! Koze, follow the chosen ones!
Chosen. He keeps saying this. Anyways, yes, the whole thing, we didn't actually ever possess the stone, so if we didn't hold on to it, we didn't technically lose it. I'm going with this. And then, however...
Must you own something to lose it?
Yes.
Can you not lose your way, but having never known it?
Well, no, because if you didn't know your way, you can't lose your way. That's not how it works.
Well, can't you be lost in life? You know? Like, lost in where you're going in the world? He means, like, lost in your direction and guidance? Like, that kind of, like, describes this whole experience with you all.
You might be lost. I know exactly. Anyways, so, since you've been watching and you know and you're following, any recommendations on how to get the final stone so that we may...
He shakes his head.
Everything?
Koze cannot say what do. Koze only can say what is. Koze say truths of the universe as shown to him. Koze revealed unto you what Koze know of the world. But only you must decide what you do.
Right? So these insights and the things that you know and the things that you reveal, where do you glean this information? How do you go about following?
Kose, the sage of the wind and the air and the breath of life. All things are touched through the element of air. Kose rides the winds of truth and sees beyond the veil of this world. Kose knows great secrets revealed if you only touch deep in the prime essence of the world, and you can learn the truths. Kose no, Kose no.
Truth do you know, Koza?
Kose know that you can reforge the world from what once was an unfinished task.
I think that
The Keystones lost for 10,000 years. Yet you find, you grasp, you collect. The time is nigh. The time is now. Turtle Man, speak.
I was just
Come
going-
closer. Come to Kose.
I was just going to say, I think that this Kose person might be a few fish short of a full basket of lunch.
Well, I mean, you try watching the truth of the world for 10,000 years and see how well kept your head is.
I don't think it would ever leave my shoulders, but
His didn't leave his either.
Kose head right here. And he does a little like jig, little dance. Kose of his head. Kose of his head.
Anyways, the truth that you know where we may find Prince Rakif in order to recover what we lost. She has such trouble saying that last part.
Kose rushes over to you, and he sort of reaches out a hand and pats like your shoulder. Like, you have the stone of finding. What more you need? Follow the path, and it will guide you to Rakif's fortress in the sky. His bastion of fire.
Okay,
He,
looks like
he
we
has
get-
a Bastion of Fire?
Well, I mean, if he's the head of the fire sect, I would assume that makes sense.
You know. And she pats Belina's ears and kind of taps his. He does another little jig. There are 5 sects in the Order of the Prime, and Rakif leads the one of fire. Oh, to be scarred as a child in his experiments. But he is not worthy of the stone of flame, for you possess it. You were chosen on this journey to bear its marks.
Right? That's slightly unsettling, but okay. All right. So Are you going to give us the stone now, or are we going to have to come back with the other stone first?
You want to take the trial of the air? Many have tried, but not many have passed.
But you said chosen one.
Be you warned. If you take this trial and you fail, Kose will take what is most precious from you. Your heir.
Alrighty then. So we suffocate if we fail. Got it.
Only one needs to take the trial. Choose amongst yourselves who is brave enough to risk the most precious life force within their bodies. Which of you shall face my trial?
Well, let's see. Borg, you have a retirement plan. Captain, the ship needs you. Ortho, you don't even really understand what's going on today.
What do you mean? I understand what's going on today more than any. I've been studying this problem for years. Practically
Really?
my whole life in that whatever the time. Only to be betrayed in the last moments. Or the whole time,
The
technically.
entire time.
Yeah.
Yes. The entire time.
Yeah, I agree with that part.
Yes. Yeah. The entire time. You couldn't prophesize that one, could you?
I wasn't looking in the right place.
I am willing. I several errors along the journey, and I probably I'm willing.
The bunny girl takes the trial. Very well. Come with me, bunny girl. Come with me. And he hobbles up towards the stone dais where the keystones react once go. And he looks at you. He goes, the trial of air is quite simple. You must answer 3 questions.
All right.
What is your favorite color?
Ew.
That was an easy one. What is your most secret desire?
To gain forgiveness from my people, failing them.
Is that truly what you desire most? Selflessness in your heart?
It is all I ever think about. Failed them so many times.
Very well. The last question. What will you do with the stone if I give it to you?
Forge the key.
Does a little jig. Nobody has passed the trial in so long. The first in so long. I knew you could do it, though.
gonna kill you
job.
anyway. Watch is gonna kill you anyway. There's no win for you. No air for you. You dead.
Just confused. I'm like, so
I'm waiting for something. It's been like
it's like
all the trials have been like, we're gonna freaking die, and this guy's like, what is the average? No, I'm not gonna.
What is the airspeed of an unladen swallow?
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Too-
I don't know if we can make
too
that
obvious.
reference or not.
Right. All right. So I passed the test.
Yes. So good for someone to pass the trial after so long.
So
I knew you had it in you.
so then you'll give me the Stone of Air.
Oh, I don't have it. I don't have it.
So why did the Wayfinder point us here for it?
I know where it is. Yes.
Yeah. So you'll let us know how to get it then.
And he pulls out what looks to be a keystone with the air symbol on it, and he's like, "It looks like this, yes."
Yes, it looks just like that.
He throws it and it vanishes. He's like, "That's a decoy." So many people come. They want to come and they get the keystone, but that's not it. That's not it.
So where is it?
Oh man. Well, you're not the first to pass the trial. You must understand.
I do. I understand that part. You said that before.
Yes.
The
Yes, yes,
Wayfinder still brought us here.
Yes. Don't worry about that. It's not important. What is important is where you must go.
Yes.
High above the clouds rests a castle that floats in the sky. A castle of giants. A castle of wind and air. 1,000 years ago, the cloud giant king set foot here in the Temple of the Primes. And he beat the trial. But he failed to complete his sacred task, falling to greed and selfishness. He fled back to his castle and locked the stone away in his vault of treasures. You must enter the giant's lair to recover the stone and fulfill the ancient prophecies.
All right. So we need to find a cloud giant castle.
Yes. Yes, you understand.
All right. Looks at the rest of the group. I think we're done here for now then.
No, you don't listen. You don't understand. Why do you think you were sent to say? Why?
Because you can show us how to get to the cloud giant castle?
Yes. Now you know, now you understand. The Wayfinder cannot take you there. No, your ship cannot fly there. You cannot go without passing through Koze. Koze has waited 1,000 years for someone to pass the trial. But they all fail and die, losing their breath in the process.
Well,
That sounds like maybe that would be something for me to do. I can hold my breath for a really long time.
yes, Korg, we know. But so all of us need to pass through you to get to the Cloud Giant's castle.
No, 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 no. And he briefly dances and he lets out a long, piercing whistle that almost like feels like hurts the ears in its shrillness. Just
Yeah.
and you feel the wind begin to pick up, and this dark shape materializes out of the clouds and lands behind him.
Is that a dragon?
It is. You see this large dragon that seems almost to be made of sleek aerodynamic winds across the white and gray scale, almost a tempestuous howling wind that seems to buffet its wings as it lands, shifting air about it as it hits upon the ground, blowing back your ears and clothes and buffeting the ground. Koze stands firm throughout it all, but you feel almost as though it nearly pushes you back. But Koze seems completely unaffected.
So we get to ride a dragon?
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Bazil knows the way. He can take you to the realms of the dragons. Or the giants.
Okay. Belina seems very excited.
This seems very exciting all around.
The dragon sort of lowers his head down and with a rumbling breath, he's like,
Mortals, you deign to ride into the winds with me.
Yes?
Yep.
Then I shall take you to the realm of wind and sky. But you must do one thing for me.
and he looks at you kind of with these deep, pitch black eyes, a fierce grin upon his face.
What would you have? Would you ask?
The Jarl of the Giants stole my young and raises them to be his pets. You must free my king by any means necessary. Prevent the Jarl from capturing my continent.
Hey, it sounds like raising dragons as pets is a bad thing.
Only the most debased of the creatures would dare to try to raise a dragon as a pet.
But raising a dragon so that it may be free, that's different.
Dragons should be sired by their own kind.
And he looks around with a haughty glare.
Anyways, so that we can free your kin and get what we're needing for our quest.
You were a little choppy there. I only heard a few words. Sorry.
It's like, so that ride up to the Cloud Kingdom for freeing your kin and getting what we need for our quest. Good to go?
Do you accept my charge?
Well, I do. Do I turn to look at the others? What about you guys?
I'm down.
yes.
I mean, if everybody else is doing it, Cord's gonna do it.
And Koze begins a little dance. He's like, you get the stone, you get the stone. Yes, 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 yes. And then the world will be made whole once more. Buzzies will take you, Buzzies will carry you forth. Yes, yes, yes. Then you will return to Koze. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Very well. Remember. He takes on this serious tone as he looks at Belina. You have made your vow when you took the trial that you will reforge the key.
It's my intention. Yes.
If you fail in this task, your breath is still forfeit.
That seems fair. So, after we get this stone, we have to go get the Aether Stone, and we have to come back and... Got it. No problem.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw coming up. Main page. Wisdom. 17.
As he finishes these words, you feel this sort of compulsion come over you. As though you're under the effects of a Geese spell.
Okay.
To reforge the key, essentially, as long as you take actions to reforge the key.
All right.
Then you're fine.
That's fine. Wow, a 17 fails. Wonderful. Anyways, yes.
And for
Got it.
those that may not know, so essentially, as long as it lasts for 30 days only. As long as you're trying to fulfill it, you're fine. But if you move against it, then you take a bunch of damage.
All right.
It's the summary.
Nope. Perfectly fine. I mean, that's her goal right now, anyways. So,
The large one must travel in my halls. You will not fit upon my sleep.
I just look at Johannan. He's talking to you.
the large one.
I picked the smallest. Sorry. Well, besides the newest one. I guess that could have been Ortho as well.
Ortho is technically smaller than Johannan, but it's not
Yeah.
that huge of a margin.
Fine, I'll be carried. I'll retreat into my shell too, so I'm easy to hold.
I'm glad that you guys understood who this is, because I swear when I heard it, it was like the large one must travel next to my balls is what I heard.
That is not what he said, and I wouldn't go along with it if that's what he had said, Belina.
That's not what he said.
Damn it, Belina.
just the way that the voiceover comes through into my headphones. That's what it
It's
is.
very
How
deep.
He said I'm gonna have to like be carried, and he's gonna
Yeah,
carry me because I'm too
And the
big for it.
claws.
In the claws.
The claws.
Claws.
Claws, not God.
I like your version better.
I have to climb up into his anus and just be no, okay? It's just he's gonna pick me up and we'll fly there. Leave it at that.
Sorry, I apologize to all of you viewers out there in Twitch land. That's inappropriate.
Oh my god. Well, Aziz kind of walks over and he reaches out with a claw to pick up Korg.
Like I said, retreat into my shell, so it's just my shell. You like they do with the Ninja Turtles.
And he places his claw like over you and then kind of stands and he bends over for the others to be able to climb up on his back.
Climbing.
Climbing.
Climbing up.
As you all climb upon his back, he lets out a fierce and like tremendous roar. Just and takes off, bursting into the sky. Everybody roll athletics, like other than Korg.
I was gonna say, do you need me to like stay inside my shell? What do I have to do?
Can't we tie ourselves together before we do our athletics roll? Somebody catch me. Oh! Hey, that's better than I was expecting.
All right, as you burst off the ground, you all manage to kind of catch on, just holding on to the dragon as it rips into the sky. Just this massive whoosh of air, and it seems to swirl and like summon the winds around it to propel it ever further and ever faster. Before long, the temple seems to begin to fade into the distance as it spirals higher and higher and higher. The frigid air begins to take its toll as you breathe. It feels cold in your lungs, and it climbs higher and higher and higher as the moisture begins to solidify. The sweat upon your skin, for those characters who actually sweat, starts to sort of chill and ice over. And as you climb ever higher, suddenly the wind begins to swirl into this strange shimmering vortex, and this white light explodes around you, and you burst forth as you cross into another dimension, traveling forth into another plane of existence. You look behind you and you see this shimmering portal slowly close behind. As you drift amongst the air, you see no land around you, nothing but clouds, the wind, an endless sea of air. Drifting, it begins to slow down, the air frigid and cold. You make out in the far distance a small speck that begins to grow more and more, closer and closer. Before long, you make out that it appears to be some sort of castle sitting upon a cloud. Several darker clouds swirl above it, drips of snow raining down upon the castle. As Biaz takes you in closer towards it, on the outskirts of the castle, he slowly dives down below the cloud level. It yells back at you.
Tight.
Okay.
And he begins a corkscrew maneuvers, begins spinning, building up momentum faster and faster. And go ahead and roll me another athletics check real quick.
Everybody else.
The help the most. Ha!
Well, Johannan and Ortho rolled quite well.
I'm rather surprised.
We know how to listen.
As
It's just
the
too
energy picks up and the corkscrew goes faster and faster, he comes up underneath the cloud and he slams into it. And as he bursts through, so coming from underground, you feel it pull and it drags. And as he bursts forth, Belina, you lose your grip and you fly off towards the ground. As the dragon,
Like the ground, or like.
the cloud ground.
Oh, okay, okay.
And you notice is as you fall down, as you hit the top of the cloud, it slams in as though an actual hard surface. And you hit it on your back, and you take 11 points of falling damage.
Well, that's actually pretty bad.
And then the dragon rights itself and it lands next to you. And because we started an hour late, this is where we'll take our quick midstream break, so I can get some food and stuff, and then we'll be back in about 15 minutes. And as we return from our midstream break, you guys find yourself standing on this frozen, icy cloud-like land. Snow drifting and falling around you. The ground you stand on appears to be a cloud made manifest to ground. It's slightly spongy to the feel, yet still solid and capable of being walked upon. The cold immediately begins seeping in to you. From the normal nice temperatures of the your other realm and other portal, a significant drop here, in the negatives almost. I don't know if anyone has cold weather gear, but if you do, you might want to wear it.
I do not believe that I do.
I don't think anybody has this cold
I
weather
think
gear that you
anyone
speak of.
does.
What is this cold weather gear you speak of? We're not necessary where we come from.
Can Cloak of Protection also protect me from cold for the sake of this exact one time? Just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I have nothing.
I was gonna say, can the cloak of many fashions be used to make something really warm? I doubt it.
I don't think it does.
So we're all just cold. Very
Start
cold.
drinking heavily to
Very-
fix the cold.
Biting deep to the bone cold. An icy wind cuts across the surface. And Baziz looks to you.
I have brought you to the realm of the Yokai, cloud giant in the castle beyond. Enslave my king and have what you seek. Do not fail me in honor your promise. And then he kicks off.
Helena gives a frozy, freezy, handshaking thumbs up. It's like a...
How many firebolts would it take to make it a little warmer?
Well, fire would definitely be useful.
But I just noticed something. You never added my strings to my action set.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm trying to figure out why. Scroll. No. Fantasy Grounds is not responding.
You just tell me which one you want to use when and use it.
Yeah. I'll. I'm trying to remember what their description was. Did I have inspiration? Hear you. Save. Covers one. Bad class. It's okay. Thing help. Current. Okay. So, what we can see, we're just staring at a wall of cloud bricks.
Appears to be some sort of cliff scaling up into the heights.
Do we see the castle from where we're standing?
You can see it in the distance, yes. You're supposed to be able to still see this. I don't know why it's.
I mean, it looks like the cliff is blocking our line of sight.
Something's weird. I made these as. What is going on here? You're still supposed to be able to see the base map. Do you see these 2 rocks and everything?
We see the
Yeah,
rock,
I see 'em.
and we see the cliff
Okay.
wall.
They're not showing up on stream for some reason.
That's because I don't see him.
Oh, he doesn't.
Of course. Let me share it back out again. See if that helps.
I see a snowy background.
Man, why?
Doll, your mute is on.
You're having all the problems today.
No, I'm not seeing what I think I'm supposed to be seeing either. I just once again forgot to unmute because I had children talking to me earlier.
Hey, that's better. I can see it.
Can you see it, John?
Yeah, I've got better. I've got
Hey.
it better now. I think.
Hey, Belina,
Huh?
stop cheating.
We all saw that.
What?
I saw you run your character over these obstacles to reveal the rest of the map.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right.
Just making sure the map was still functioning because you said you were resending it, and it might
Yeah.
have blinked away for a second.
Yeah, okay. Cheater.
I'm going to take my boots and make them look as if they are of lapine.
Okay. You notice as Ortho walks, he leaves back behind him lapine bunny footsteps.
Wonderful. Let's see. So I wrap my cloak around me as I shiver and walk forward. Yeah, I have no idea what else to do. So I'm gonna walk up to this cliff face, try and figure out how the hell we're gonna climb this while shivering. Wait a minute. Hold on now. Sunstone. Daylight doesn't warm though. Bet. Fire opal. Colored do anything. Potion fire resist.
Yeah, that feels like it's the opposite of what you need here.
Right.
Kind of like maybe if you had cold resistance instead.
Right?
Bummer.
Total bummer.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
Yeah, no. I have
Well-
absolutely nothing.
How tall is this wall?
About 30 to 35 feet in any general area.
So, we can see, based off of where we're at, looking up, you say we can see the wall of the castle in the distance
Yes.
up above this cliff. And we can, do we see any rocks or anything jutting up off the top or anything useful?
By the cliff face?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do, since you cheated to reveal it.
Asking. That's why I'm asking. I'm asking if we see anything at the top
Yes.
of the cliff. Okay.
At the top of the cliff, there are some giant, massive boulders similar to the bottom of the cliff.
All right. Okay. I hold on to. I'm looking at the edge of the cliff, right, and I'm looking next to those boulders, right, and I grab Korg. I'm like, okay, guys, we're gonna try and make this a little easier. And I grab Korg, and I cast Dimension Door. Take me up to the top of the cliff with Korg.
All right, you guys, dimension door up to
You
the
have
top.
to be willing. I'm just kidding.
You do have to be willing.
So,
I have all the stuff for climbing.
right, and
I was prepared for this.
right. If you want to shiver and climb and make athletics checks at disadvantage,
But you just
Now-
spent a spell, and I
Right.
could have done it for free. I planned for this. We had a climbing thing. I have 2 removable rods just for this.
that just lower a rope so that you can pull them up.
You want to use your magic
I'll use my
rope of
rope
climbing,
of
Cork?
climbing to lower it down to those people below. And then I'll tie it off around me and sit down. Right here.
Literally pull them up so that they don't have to climb.
I mean, I can retract it. I can tie it around them, and then, but I don't think I can. I don't think I can pull them to me. I don't know.
Literally hand over hand, pull your.
Oh yeah, I can physically do it. I'm just saying.
It's like
Do you
I'm saying I
really
think
want
the-
Johanna
the-
to try and climb even with the aid of a rope by herself?
I will ask the rope.
I mean, you held
tie-
on pretty well.
I will ask the rope
Oh.
to tie around them, and then I'll pull them up.
All right. Make me an athletics check. The first one's for Johanna.
I don't know why I rolled 2.
Because
advantage.
you always have advantage because you're totem aspect.
Okay. I thought I
I
had
will
to be
take
ranged.
Johanna,
your
and
advantage
you
for
feel
keeping
this
me up.
mystical rope wrap around you, and with a yank, you just fly up over this cliff, over Korg's head, and then just like gracefully with your sorcerer wind powers land.
Maybe a little gentler with the small one.
Well, you didn't explain that to me the first time. You just said pull. I'll try to be softer this time.
So I'm up top now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ortho next. Here comes the rope, Ortho. Let it tie around your body. It does it automatically.
Okay.
And yank.
Slightly more gentle.
Woof. It just flies over.
Ah!
Belina attempts to catch him. It's like,
It is so cold up here.
We need to try to get
Johanna's
Sam.
just very grateful she has a good relationship with the wind.
all right. Maybe you could use some of that relation to the wind to push the snow away from us so it's not so cold. Anyways.
I take out my bedroll and kind of just wrap it around me while we walk. I got nothing else. I'm like, it's so cold up here.
Before you, you see this massive stone edifice. Circular towers frame the end, and even from your vantage point, you can see the massive cannons sitting on the edges and large hulking shapes that appear to be upon the towers looking down at you.
Not ominous at
Which
all.
would be useful if I made it visible. Perhaps.
That's not ominous at all.
And ahead of you, on this massive stone wall framing the walkway ahead, you see these two massive giants and a boulder screaming in your direction. Everybody roll a dexterity saving throw.
Can I dodge? Everybody's within 5 feet of me. It's my chance to finally use the shield. My shield will protect you all. It's like the second time in the whole campaign I've gotten to use it.
What does
So
it do?
What do we get?
So let me look it up so I can give you the exact thing, but it's called shell defense as an action. No, that's not the right one. Sorry, it's called. Where's my feet?
It's been so long, he doesn't know.
It's something to do with. Where is it? Where does it tell us our feet?
Under abilities, it's your total protection feat. As a reaction, when you are forced to make a dexterity saving throw, choose any number of creatures within 5 feet of you. Each chosen creature is considered to have half cover against any harmful attacks or effects while within 5 feet of you until the start of your next turn. Once you use this ability, you can't do so again until you finish a short or long rest.
So I guess this actually really doesn't do anything.
We'll give everybody a +2.
Okay.
So, let's see. So modifier. So click +2, then grab the dexterity save. Roll.
+2.
A 1 and a 2,
save.
baby, with advantage.
Wow. I'm having
Yes,
wonderful
I am
rolls
out of the
this
way.
I
Hold
rolled a
on.
1 and a 2 with advantage.
evening. I rolled a 4 of all things.
I'm gonna use the dice because I don't know the outcome yet. I'm gonna pick my 10.
But you have to do that before you roll. Not before you know the outcome, before you roll.
For portent.
Yes.
Let
Yeah.
me look.
Before you roll.
You have to use it before you roll at all.
Oh yeah, you're right.
The rock slams into the ground just in front of all of y'all, spraying you with snow and ice, but not harming you. A booming voice
Oh.
echoes out. Halt! Who enters the realm of Jarl Dalkor?
They're speaking common?
Yes.
Nice. We are simple travelers who have been brought to the plane of air to seek audience with the Jarl. We hear he is a mighty and powerful lord with many powers and traits that could help us.
For what purpose do you seek to entreat the Jarl?
I am a traveling bard, and I wish to perform for someone of very massive, great stature and power.
Very well. You may enter. And you hear this cranking, winding sound as the door in front of you opens.
Yay! Step 1, enter, has been achieved. So,
And you guys may move forward.
I swear, it's like the third time I've moved Johannan thinking it was Korg.
That's okay. I keep trying to grab Cork too. So
You know what? Let's just for the night. Let's just change our tokens. I'll move Johannan, you move Korg.
okay, sounds
Seems to
good.
be my problem too.
As
So I'm like, oh,
You
let's go
enter
on.
into the castle proper. You know, it's obviously built towards giant dimensions, massive corridors and stone walls forged to sit upon the castle. Two giants begin to escort you down a long central hallway.
For once, doesn't feel squished.
you guys gonna move your tokens at all back there?
They're still busy figuring out which one's
Figuring
which.
out which one's theirs.
I have to zoom way in to see which one's Korg, and then zoom back out to see the map
Brown border.
because I can't tell the difference.
So
Is-
the orange background is Johannan.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. It's just an adjustment in my head. I'm just.
They approach
We'll get
another
there eventually.
massive set of doors, and one turns to look at you. You will wait here.
Yes.
And he walks
That
inside.
seems fair. I'll wait.
Is it at least warmer?
Is it warmer inside?
It is warmer inside, yes. Not as freezing cold. You wait for several minutes. So eventually you hear these loud booming sounds, but it's hard to make out even through though they are massive in the walls seem to muffle them in some way. Before long, a giant returns back in and he props open the door. Approach the throne as he swings the door open, revealing a massive throne room.
Is this a chandelier that's in the middle of the
Yes.
floor? Okay.
There, it's on the ceiling. There's chandeliers.
It's on the ceiling. Yeah.
Of course, it's on this. Of course.
As you approach, you see lounging in the throne above a massive dais a female cloud giant
As it is in my chair.
lounging on the chair, one leg kind of propped up, as though amused at your presence. Who comes to my castle claiming to be able to entertain me?
That would be your shipbuilder. I am Belina, traveling bard, and one who seeks to prove her skills far and wide. Thought what better way to prove my skills than to provide entertainment for Lord among giants.
You come here from the realm beyond to play for me. Do you intend to play upon a thimble?
No,
She's talented enough to do that, though.
I do. Indeed, as part of my dancing, play with finger cymbals. But no, I more intended to play upon my harp.
And is your harp enough to fill the sound of my halls?
Suppose there's only one way to find out.
And what would you seek should you impress me?
Should I prove worthy of your approval, perhaps choosing a simple trinket from your treasure room would be amicable.
The smile seems to wipe off her face slightly.
And if that is not acceptable, I mean, simply something to take with me as proof receiving your approval. So that
You have the ego of a giant, if nothing else. To dare suppose that you could lay hands upon my vast hoard of wealth when you have proven nothing to be worthy. I appreciate such a call, but to make the contest fair, I have some stipulations.
Indeed. Name your rule.
Should you fail to impress me, then I get to add one of your companions to my treasure. I've always fancied a pet.
It's funny because we're all animals.
Right? I mean, well, except for
Not true.
not true. We have a.
I mean,
half-elf and a-
you get it. You get it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's like your grace. If this were your deeming, then I volunteer myself to be kept as your pet. That is the outcome. And then you can train me in order to eventually impress.
No, no, no. The game is too easy if you offer up yourself. If you fail to impress me, are you even worthy to be my pet? No. If you are truly confident in your skills, then you must offer one of your friends for tribute. I quite like the look of the small one there. I've never seen something so frail and tiny before. Why, almost the size of my own fingernail.
So you've taken a fancy to my friend Ortho here.
Better win.
I would enjoy having a fly for a pet, perhaps.
You better win.
I assure you, you have nothing to fear.
Do you have really good rolls to make sure he does? Because you're kind of fucking nuts. I give you my 20.
The second stipulation is that you must play the instrument of my choice.
Acceptable.
Do we have a deal then?
I glance at Ortho. as much as he probably seems nervous, I have no idea what your portents are, my friend. But
10 and a 14.
Just roll with it, man.
I'll just roll it.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
just go with it. Make it part of the game. It's part of the chance.
Right, I'm gonna.
I got screwed in the last deal. Time for you to
Let's
get
do it.
screwed.
See, so
I have
still-
complete faith in you.
I completely and totally accept your terms.
Well, as she stands, rising from her throne, and the other giants quickly turn. Like, follow me to the music room then.
We follow.
She leads you out this side door. Down some massive corridors.
How could you make a larger map?
It's for giant.
I could, if you would like me to. You know how hard it is to create a giant map?
I believe it.
No idea.
But now that Fantasy Grounds Unity allows us to make giant maps.
Without it crashing.
I
And she
completely
leads
lost
you.
the map.
That's a big ass piano, dude.
Right? And a big ass harp.
I can't even see where I'm going. There we go.
We're still walking in the snow somewhere. I love it. I'm cold just listening.
As you enter this large music room, she quickly takes a seat upon the couch. Several of her guards enter, and she gestures towards the massive harp in the corner. You claim to be a fan of the harp?
Indeed.
Then play me a tune upon this and show me what your skills are.
Make sure it's tuned first. Sorry, there's a tickle in my throat. It's Sick.
I approach the harp and I examine the strings, how taut they are, and I start to get an idea in my head, and I'm like, certainly, I think I can make this work. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Enhance Ability on myself.
All right.
So let me target myself. Roll. Click. Right, and cast. The temporary healing. Nice. Temporary hit points. Eagle Blender. And boom. Alright. As I proceed to limber up and stretch, I step up onto the base of the harp, and
Each string is about the size of your wrist, and there's 34 strings on this lever harp.
right? So, here's what I'm thinking. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dance and swing across the strings, stroking them, utilizing them kind of like vines. Swing across and strum as I go across, kind of like a
Wait.
pole dancer sort of routine, except switching from string to string in order to strum it.
Bellina,
Yes.
would it help if you could levitate?
No. Well, maybe. Yes. It would help if I could be enlarged reduced, but I don't have it.
Just enlarge, reduce. Does it work on non-creatures, like, say, the harp?
No, I don't want to cheat
Okay.
and restrict the heart.
What? She never said it. There's no such thing as cheating when it wasn't on the table. I learned this already.
That's true. However, I mean, I wouldn't oppose to being grown myself, but yes, no, I mean, if anybody has enlarged reduce. Otherwise, I'm going to stick with my original plan. Levitate might help.
Okay. I'll over your way and cast levitate
All right.
on Belina.
As I utilize the strings to pull myself up, and I center myself along the harp, and then, as before, as I stated, I go about a kind of like a pole dancer's routine, and utilizing the fact that I'm levitating, I dance my way across the strings, pulling them. And let me go ahead and roll my performance check.
And roll me an acrobatics at disadvantage as well.
Acrobatics at disadvantage. Even though I'm levitating?
Because you're levitating, actually.
What?
You're not
The only way you can move when levitating is pushing or pulling yourself. So you don't have full range of motion to swing as much as you want. So now you pretty much have to push or pull yourself on a string every time to move side to side. And it's a lever harp, which means it has two tones, and there's levers at the top that you have to affix. The levitation actually makes it worse for you because you don't have free flow movement anymore.
Well, maybe I could just use the levitation to get up easier so that I can adjust everything and then ask him to cancel it?
I mean, you guys committed to this plan.
I'm just saying. I didn't realize that it was
man.
going to be that difficult with the thing. Hey, Ortho, do you have a 14 I could use for that dex check?
Conveniently, I do. 14 is yours.
Okay, I'll just, does that, I'll take that as my roll, and I'll add my +8 acrobatics to that. So that's a 22. Does that pass?
Well, we'll find out. Roll your performance check. Straight
Okay.
roll. So click disadvantage.
So my performance is a disadvantage as well. Okay.
It'll be a straight roll because of your Eagle Splendor.
I can't see the result. It didn't come up. I mean,
It didn't
rolled-
roll.
It did roll. I rolled a 15.
We've all had that happen. It's happened to me
Yeah.
so many times, it sucks. You just get to re-roll and say, well, lost that 15.
Son of a biscuit.
Yeah, I know. It feels bad sometimes.
Oh, and of course it comes back as a 1. I'm going to lucky that.
All right.
Burn a lucky. First one's a freaking 15. The second one's a 1. Let's see what happens now. Oh shit, I forgot to click disadvantage. So,
But dropped a 1. So it would have been a 1 again.
would it have been a 1 or would it have been the 10?
If it,
It
well,
drops.
yeah. But it doesn't matter because you got lucky anyway, so you get a pick.
That's true. So I picked the 10. So a 22 is my performance. And that's,
You,
you know,
you float up with the levitation, and the giants smile and laugh at your puny body as you yank yourself, throwing yourself from string to string in a flurry, pushing against the magic of Ortho and attempting the strings. A song slowly begins to take shape. Kind of a string is a pluck from here and a string from there, and it begins to play a melody out against all odds, actually forming a song that several of the giants look on, amused and impressed. Some of them tap their toe and begin bouncing, and as you build up to your crescendo and slowly finish the song and float down, the Jarl looks at you, a puzzled look upon her face. It's like,
so one thing I forgot to mention, while this is happening and I'm taking the time to do all of this, I'm also going to throw up the Mantle of Majesty.
all right. Did you want Mantle of Majesty or Mantle of Inspiration?
Well, no, I mean Enthralling Performance and Mantle of Majesty as a combo.
Okay.
So Enthralling Performance.
What's your DC for that?
Is the same as my spellcasting DC, which is. Give me just a second. I can tell you, I swear. My spellcasting DC is something. Efficiency plus charisma. So, 8. So 16 is my DC. It looks like, I think. 4 plus 4.
Alright. Creature target. How many are you targeting?
So let's see.
Everybody like in the room, I'm guessing?
So I can target up to my charisma modifier, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to target the 4 giants that I can see, being the Lord and the 3 watchers on. I guess the Lord. Yes. I don't. What's the term for a female Lord?
I don't know.
Do I have to do their saving throws or anything like that? Do you want me to click them and make them
No.
save? Or
I did all their saving throws.
Okay.
So the this one here is just enraptured with your performance. Just
Just that.
like raving and speaking endless wonder. You can't really make out what they're saying because he's speaking in giant.
Right.
But you get like the others are looking at him. They're like, yeah, like you get the impression they're like, yeah, it was good, but like, what's going on? The Jarl, as she kind of stares, she stands up as you finish, most impressive, young one, that you were able to even attempt to play the harp. It was quite a good performance. My friend here believes you are the greatest bard he's ever seen in all of the land.
Well, I have that effect on some.
Yes, I suppose when you were to use magic to try to charm me to win this contest, that you would believe that you could have that effect upon other people.
One of my many natural talents.
Natural, yes. I see the muse that pulls your strings. But I will grant you, your attempt to subvert the rules of the contest was brave, if nothing else.
Do not remember anyone saying that I could not use any magic of any type.
You are correct, young one. I'm impressed at your willingness to try to win, no matter the cost. While your music perhaps was not the best, I will reward you for this performance. But a treasure of my own choice, I believe, is fair enough. Do you not agree?
It's the Jarl wishes.
And of course, as much as I would have preferred to have a newfound pet,
Yeah.
Sorry.
you may keep your friend. Let us return to the throne room. They kind of head back. This one giant, like, reaches down to pick you up.
Right?
And just with his massive fist kind of pulls you up and just looks at you, and he starts speaking to you in comments like, that was so beautiful and amazing. I can't believe how you were able to play that harp. It was a beautiful performance. I don't know why the Jarl was not as impressed, but I have never seen anyone play the giant harp as well as you. You extol the virtues of the greatest muses of the land. No giant has ever played as well as you have. It is phenomenal. It's quite beautiful. Can I get your autograph?
Well, certainly. I mean, who am I to deny the fan? As I go ahead and I sign a, if he has something for me to sign, I don't know. I mean, I try and sign it very big so he can read it. I don't know.
He just holds out like his wrist.
Right? And I write my name on his wrist, right? As
With a
nicely as I
scatter,
can.
like cuts it in there. It'll never go away. Scar that baby.
And then, yeah, no problem.
Johanna just did the same thing I did.
Trying to figure out where the open doors were.
Yeah.
It's
I
fine.
just kept going and running and bouncing
just
into
dragged-
things, going, where can I go through? Where can I actually get through?
Where's the wall of the door?
And then
I have to scroll out so far to see.
Yep. But
she sends a giant away towards to go get your treasure. And as they lounge around, she looks at you and she's like, you came a long way to try to impress me. And you pulled out many tricks. What is the real reason you came here?
well, it would be rude of me to assume that you wouldn't know that we had additional attention. So, I will just say it. We were sent by the Sage of Air, Cozy.
That fool.
I have passed his test. And he requested that I breathe stone in order to complete the required mission. rebuilding the key.
That old fool. The Keystone was a treasure of my great-grandfather's, you understand.
I
An
would
ancient
understand.
artifact of immeasurable power.
I can understand your want keeps treasure, as it your great grandfather did earn it rightfully through passing the trial of air. However, it has a specific purpose that must be completed in order for the world which I come from and where the stone hails from be made whole again. I beseech thee.
You believe such dribble. Do your companions think thus as well? Small one.
Yes.
You believe the stone is the key to reforging the shattered realm?
You see, we are allies in obtaining the ingredients to the key. The last part,
Yes.
last part isn't necessarily fleshed out all the way.
He doesn't want the world to be reforged, as his empire benefits from it being broken. However, he does believe that it has the power.
I'll agree to that part, kinda.
And you, I sense the force of the elements around you, a kindred spirit, perhaps, young lady. Do you also believe this is the key to remake the world?
I believe it is a component that is necessary.
And you, large turtle, you would make a fine pet indeed as well.
You're actually not the first woman to think that.
Do you also desire the Keystone to remake the world?
Honestly, I'm just looking to stop an evil empire and retire.
You are all fools. The world shattered. Why would you seek to reforge it?
I don't want to.
He doesn't. I believe it would bring more balance. See, everything is not balanced the way it is.
You think a reforged world is going to be any different?
I think it gives us a fresh start.
What do you mean us? There won't be an us.
There will be. The world will not be destroyed, it will just finish.
What does it mean
Do
to be?
you know why the Keystones exist?
To lock away all of the crazy
The primordial
lizard monsters.
The primordial titans that were originally part forging our realm were locked out of the realm to finish the process, stop the process, because they were at odds with each other. They were at war with each other, whatever the case may be. So the key was created in order to lock them away, and then it separated. The power of it was locked away in the talismans, so that when the time was correct, they could be reforged and everything could be fixed.
Oh, how easy those from the Prime forget the histories. What do you think would happen if you open the gates again?
Storms.
Perhaps you are not as slow-witted as I thought. The Primes hail from here and from the other elemental realms. They don't care about your world and your realm. If you free them, you will seal the doom of all who dwell in the prime material plane.
What if we were to beseech the Prime before letting them into our realm? Try and find a settlement to their issue.
Oh, sweet, sweet prime material child. The primordials are the elements incarnate. They have no reason. They have no thought. They have no emotion other than to be the dominant one. If you free them, the realm you stand in now and all the other prime elemental realms will spill forth into your domain, killing multitudes.
You know,
Perhaps it won't be a bad thing. We could fly our castle back to the prime realm. As several of the other giants laugh.
but Belina, that's exactly what I've been saying this whole time.
I refuse to believe that. I want to say I believe that there are two sides, and
Yeah,
that
yeah,
that's not only ending.
Yeah, but you say it'd be reforged, but I mean, the same thing will happen again. There will be another version of an empire that takes over the entirety of the planet, and then it'll just be the same. Maybe this time the Lapine will be the people at the top, but even still,
I choose to believe that humanity can make better choices.
You're not even human.
Humanity as a whole, those humanoid species that populate the realm, as it were. Those of us who choose to interact and choose to build society and find a way in life.
You are a fool.
Perhaps I am, perhaps not. I'll never know until I complete my quest.
I think okay, Jarl. I see it, you and your kin as mighty fine protectors of the said stone. My only request is that you would not give it to the evil Prince Rakif.
How long will Prince Rakif be around? That helps nothing. There will be someone else, and then someone else. And who says that the Jarl or her ancestors, once she has them, will ever deem whether that cause is evil either? This needs to be handled now. As the Sage of Air said, we were chosen to take care of this. We have the opportunity to do it and not be weighted by evil as Prince Rakif has been tainted. This is our opportunity. This is what we have. What we were chosen for. Even if your prophecies or whatever you have for your portent says that, you don't like it. It's not for us to decide. We are merely pawns in the game of fate. And if we're not the ones to do this now, eventually someone else will. Someone else. And someone else. It's going to keep happening until it is finished.
I will not give you the stone. What you seek to do with it is too much. You walk a path you believe is righteous, but you are blinded from the truths that this path will lead you to. If you seek to take the stone from this castle, you will have to take it by force. And as she speaks, she holds out her hand, and the giant places something in it. And she tosses it down the ground before you. It's this large, golden sort of oil lamp. And this is my gift to you for this contest. It's more than meets the eye. Perhaps if you return to Koze with this, you will learn something more about the truths of this world.
Perhaps. And I reach. How large are we talking? Large lamp.
Like bigger than Ortho's head large.
Oh,
Like-
okay. So carryable.
Yeah, but like big. Like a double football size.
Okay. So I reach out and I pick up the.
As you do so, it kind of shrinks down into a normal handheld oil lamp.
How very interesting. I go to polish the lamp.
Nothing happens.
Just making sure. All right. Holding it in my hand, I say, "Fish taco," and I point at a bucket on the belt.
All right. It goes poof, and it pushes back into the belt.
Well, I do thank you for this gracious gift. You must know that I am beset with a magical mission, and I most likely will not give up on my quest. And we have one other reason for being here, and it hinges on our ability to even get home.
I suggest you take what has been offered and leave. You return to my domain. It will be as enemies.
So
You should heed this warning and steer clear of the path that you are on. I like you. It's not much I say that of the wee folk. It would be a shame to crush you with a boulder.
it would be a shame to be crushed. But I will not be dissuaded. But perhaps my party members have other plans.
And she looks to the rest of the party. See what they say.
I'm literally like out of character. I'm half a step away from utilizing my mantle of majesty and taking some commands with the enthralled giant.
It's better to do that now than later.
Yeah, if we come back later, you gotta re-break in through the armaments and the stuff. I don't know. I'm not looking to fight. I don't know. I mean, I'm always looking to fight, but I feel like there has to be a way we can do this without fighting, since we always end up just fighting. Like, there has to be a way to do this without fighting, so.
Yeah.
That's kind of where Johannan is as well. She's like,
Yeah, like,
another option here.
yeah, 100% of our stuff always ends in us fighting. Like, if there's a way we can figure it out without needing to fight, that'd be kind of like.
I agree, and that's what I tried to do here. But you know, I think the DM wants us to fight.
I'm not saying you need to fight. I'm just saying she's not gonna just give you the
I mean,
key to the world's destruction from her point of view.
Will
I'm on
gonna
her side.
step forward and ask or talk to her. Perhaps maybe I could make a deal with you. I don't have the idea to open world to chaos. I think destroying stones would be best course forward. Would you release?
How
These-
do you propose that you would destroy an artifact as old as the creation of the world itself? Do you not believe that the Jarls that reside here have tried?
I don't know exactly how, but it would be my goal to do so. Perhaps with enough research, if I were able to find a way, I could come back later and we could try it together, not with the intent on keeping stone for ourselves.
She bends down and holds out one massive palm and gestures for you to step into her hand.
Sure, I'll do it. She can chuck me all the way out the door.
She raises you up to her face and note like your entire like massive body covers like half her face, right?
Yep.
And at eye level, she just looks you straight in the eye. Like, do you swear that your goal is to destroy this stone?
Yeah, well, my goal would be, like I said, to stop the evil kingdom peoples from unleashing hell and be able to retire. I can't retire if world is destroyed.
Would you be willing to kill your own companion in the name of keeping this world safe?
Hey,
He
Martin,
looked at Belina.
how stuck are you on your character, Martin?
Oh man.
Just kidding, sorry. I think that would be really selfish for me to kill my friend for my gain. So I wouldn't kill my own friends for anything that would be personal. It would be better for me, and at least I think it would be better if I tried to just chase down enemies and died preventing their access to stuff rather than kill friends.
Then you lack the heart that it would take to carry out such a mission. She sets you back down on the ground.
I
Now,
don't know. I think maybe you lack the imagination.
I am in favor of destruction.
She looks at you, you know, you're barely like the size of her fingernail. She gestures for you to come closer.
I come closer.
As you kind of stand, she gestures towards Belina as she speaks to you, Ortho. Is your will enough that if this one were to try to free the primordials, that you would slay her where she stands?
Wait, I didn't know that was part of the equation. I would definitely kill partner if she was trying to destroy world. I thought you just said kill her now and give it to you. That's different.
Well, there you go. You got two of us willing to prevent the destruction of the world.
If that is the route, then she tried to make, I don't know, world destroyed, then yes, I'll have to stop her. She's just as bad as Empire then. I misunderstood question.
It happens to him sometimes. It happens to me sometimes.
Cord.
I am not brightest color in the shed. I am okay. Trust me, it's fine.
She looks beyond at Johannan and you. If this one here would try to use the stone to reforge the key, would you be willing to end her life?
All heard many different tales on how this will go down. I feel I would need to do more research and weigh the information that we are receiving. However, I do think that the first option would likely be to destroy these if a way could be found. Friend or no, what needs to happen is what needs to happen. By that.
You cut out for the last portion of that.
Oh. And yes, I have conviction to stand by that.
Ha ha!
I have no idea what I rolled.
Korg, you should have a roll.
Yep, I'm rolling right
There
now.
we go.
I rolled a 1.
I am very persuasive.
She shakes her head, and you can tell that she's struggling internally. And as she looks, she moves back towards her throne. And she sits with a loud, booming sound as she settles upon the stone. I must think on this. For now, I invite you to stay the night. Eat, drink, be merry with my kin. And I shall give you an answer in the morn.
Oh, I am 100% down for drinking all night. Where is the kitchen with the drinks?
Infatuated giant's like, oh, follow me, I'll take you there. All of you could come, I'll give you a tour of the castle.
Okay.
Well, I guess we're going on a tour of the castle.
And he kind of, rushes off this way. He's like, oh, if you come down here, these are our gardens. Oh, we have our own greenhouse. Vegetables, corn, cabbage, pumpkins bigger than, well, all of you, actually. Quite nice, isn't it?
It is.
And he just looks at Belina the whole time.
Very impressive.
Hey, close the door. He comes back out this way. Oh, this is the kitchen. Ah, yeah.
Is there any food readily available I can snack?
No.
Oh man. Drinks?
No. He's like, come on. I'll show you the rest. Isn't it so cool? This is where I work. Oh, come over here. I'm responsible for supplies.
Me too! Look at these bottles, they're so huge!
We
Oh.
keep the grain. And he grabs an apple and he tosses at you. It's like the size of your head.
Yes!
Does the little rabbit lady like apples?
I love apple.
Oh, here. He hands you 2 giant apples.
Wonderful. I put one in my backpack and I happily munch the other. Oh, this is very tasty.
Oh, I'm so glad you like it. My brother actually tends the orchards. He brings the apples in. It's so nice. Oh, come, follow me. Oh, you're hungry, right? Come, I'll show you.
I stay behind with the alcohol. While everybody else goes. Has anybody noticed?
He doesn't notice.
Oh, I noticed.
Yes.
I'm just not
Yes.
worried about it.
Lena definitely notices.
Pop
She
a
just
drink and
doesn't say
stand
anything.
right on the flower, baby. Right
These
here.
bottles are as big as you are.
Oh yeah, I'm popping it, baby. I'm gonna drink all
See-
night.
Here's the dining room where you can eat and hang out. There's food here and stuff. And he looks at Belina and just Belina. He's like, do you want to see where I sleep?
I'm curious about the rest of the castle. I mean, the I mean, honestly, this place is so massive. I'm curious that there's so many rooms. Do you know all of them?
Well, you know most of them. Yeah, there's a few that I can't, that I don't go to, but you know that's only for the Jarl and her special guards. But you know I could show you where we sleep, where my room is, where I keep my stuff. You know your friends could just stay here, and we could go. And he kind of twiddles his thumbs like nervously.
Uh,
So I'm gonna go grab food.
oh, why don't you? You mentioned your brother works in an orchard. Where?
Yeah. Oh, it's on another island.
Oh, a different island. How do you get from island to island?
we fly there on the dragons.
On the dragons? What dragon?
The wind dragons, of course.
Do you know where they are?
Oh, they're locked up in the aviary.
You have an aviary. What else is in the
Oh,
aviary?
that sounds cool.
It's pretty cool, actually. We have a lot of dragons there.
Can you show me? I'm curious.
Well, I'm really not supposed to.
I'm gonna go ahead and utilize that whole wonderful mantle of majesty thing where I just, do command and say show and he does it because he has no saving throw against it.
Except Mantle of Majesty only lasts 1 minute, and you cast it in the
You're right.
in the room.
You're right. It only lasts a minute. Never mind. But the enthralling performance is still up, so I could do that again. It's okay. Never mind. Okay. So I'm going to use just persuasion then, and try and persuade him. Like, honestly, you said you were giving us a tour of the castle. I assumed that would mean that it would show us where all the magical creatures would be and things. I'm sad, slightly disappointed. Sad.
Go ahead, roll persuasion.
Persuasion down here somewhere. Did it roll?
It sat there like it was going to.
Oh,
Oh,
there we go.
there.
Wow.
All right.
20.
Well, I could maybe show you where one of the roosts are. You want to see a roost?
I mean, is that the same as where the wind dragon?
No, but I'm not supposed to show there, but I could show you where some of the older ones like to roost.
Okay. Sure. That would be nice.
Okay, come with me. Come with me. Come with me.
Go with.
Can someone move my token to follow along because I'm currently squished by children and can't get to my mouse?
Oh,
Thank
and then he
you.
just runs this way, and you find these stairs leading up to
Oh.
these battlements.
Oh wow! Now we're back outside in the cold.
Yes,
Oh my!
freezing cold. He seems
Good.
fine though.
I was like, I don't suppose anyone's come here before, and you have any garments for those of us who don't have the same weather temperament as you burly, strong giants.
What?
It's a little chilly.
Oh, you're cold? And he takes his giant vest off and he hands it to you. And it's just it could cover all of you.
Wonderful. We wrap ourselves, all three of us, in the giant's vest. Follow along.
You stumble, tripping, trying to move his one bundled body.
The three-legged race.
That thing. That big one.
Where did he go?
That big
Ah,
This is where some of the dragons like to come and they hang out here.
All right. Are we up really high?
Yeah, you're super high, and you see there's like this tiny little baby dragon, and it looks at you and kind of cocks its head sideways. It's like, huh?
Like,
Hello.
it's so cute. Hello.
And you see like it's got like bruises and some like cut marks on it, like it's been slightly like beaten, and there's a small chain wrapped around its foot and tied into like this nest area.
You keep them restrained? They don't just help you?
Well, some of them they gotta learn. Don't you? And he reaches down and he smacks the dragon with his fist across the face, and it cowers down in the nest.
Would severely prefer if you didn't hit forward again.
But why? It's so fun. And he smacks it again.
I don't think such things vary.
But that's how you tame a dragon. That's what you got to do.
I would think that dragons are intelligent, so you could just talk to them and ask.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? They are smart, and then they talk back. And he looks at it, and it kind of cowers away. The dragons have to learn. Giants are their master. This is the giants' realm, not realm of dragons.
See. Honestly, a little.
You know, giants and dragons hated each other forever.
Yeah.
So from up here, we're fairly high up on this roost or whatever, right? Can we see around castle area? I'll get a better idea of the layout of how big this place is and how far around the parapets go from up here.
You should be able to relatively see from where you're at to the other ones, so like hundreds of feet.
Right. So there's another roost, obviously over there,
Yeah.
and then we can't see across the top of the castle at all. I think.
Hold on, I'm measuring for you.
Curious as to what all we could see from here.
– 315 feet across from parapet to parapet. It's difficult because there's still snow, thick clouds, and fog. But
I'm just trying to see what all we understand of this place. I'm curious. So, and I start walking down the parapet this way. If I can get off the tower.
you have to go back down through this hatch to get back down to the battlement below.
Okay.
So he reaches down. He's like, "Oh, you want to leave?" And he grabs the massive metal hatch and pulls it open. And you get the impression that only the massive giant strength kind of allows it.
Right. And I'm just gonna so this is a very impressively large castle. And,
Yeah, it is.
And I start
The
walking.
great Jarls of old built it.
Jarls of old. How old is the castle?
Well, something around maybe 2,000 or 3,000 years now.
It's not that old.
It's pretty old.
I mean, yes, pretty old. I mean, but like the Prime Realm has existed for like 1,000 years. I mean, just,
What are you trying to say?
oh, nothing. I wonder how long have you guys been in control of the dragons?
That happened about 1,000 years ago. Yeah, when the great Jarl returned back with the Keystone, he used it to be able to conquer those silly wind dragons.
So he utilized the power of something else instead of his own power.
No, he utilized his own intelligence, strength, and might to win the challenge and get the Keystone. And then with his ingenuity and skill, he tapped into it in order to dominate the winds and enslave the dragons. Only their progenitor got away.
Hey. It's unfortunate for the dragons, I suppose. But
Who cares about them?
Agreed.
Filthy winged beasts. Now they know their place.
Is there a stair on this side? Just looking for a way
No.
back in. There's no stairs on this side?
We have to go back.
We have to go back?
Yes.
Okay. Do I see any like area looking out over the castle that looks like it's got like a hole for a dragon to fly up out of?
No.
Battlements up here. Why do you have these huge cannons if you control all the area?
Better to be safe. You never know when somebody will try to do something. Then you just hit them with a giant cannonball. It usually makes most people go splat.
I would imagine so. I'm just curious as to. Please open the door. Thank you. Who would dare attempt to attack such a powerful fortress?
Fools.
Any examples? Has anyone attacked you before?
It happens from time to time. Gith raiders, other weaker giants. Every once in a while, somebody comes from the prime material plane seeking wealth and riches, and we turn them into bloody splats.
Guess me and the group are fortunate then to not have been turned into bloody splats.
Well, it's because you're such an amazing and wonderful musician.
Well, I thank you.
Your other friends don't talk at all, do they?
Oh, I'm most definitely the most talkative one amongst the group.
That's true.
She is by
Hey,
far the
where's that
most
turtle
social.
folk?
It's a good question. Maybe he's still eating.
Oh, well, we should go check on him.
Yes, perhaps we should find Korg.
Don't want him to get lost in the castle or go places he's not supposed to, or we'll have to make him go splat.
That would be bad, right? Korg.
Oh,
Do I hear him yelling my name?
roll perception.
Well, fine host, I have noticed, but you've taken us on a portion of the castle.
You
I don't
don't
hear
hear
anything.
him.
I'm probably passed out, honestly. I drank enough while you guys are. Well, maybe not. It's only been like 20, 30 minutes at most.
Where is the turtle?
I don't know.
Let's
Oh no, this is bad.
Oh, here he is.
Why is it bad?
If you wonder where you're not supposed to wander, I'll have to splat you.
No, he's still here in the supply room examining your wonderful selection of beverages.
It's clearly popped open and I've been drinking.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
It's not very strong.
You're not drunk. He comes over to you. He reaches down and he just kind of picks you up. He's like, "Bad turtle. You come to the dining room and eat your food."
Well, I only did what Queen said to do. She said, drink and be merry. So I drank and was merry.
He drags you back and he puts you in the room. And there's like steak as big as you are.
I'm starting. Well, are there some vegetables? I don't really eat steak. It's more fish and vegetables.
There's vegetables, cheese, bread.
Perfect. And more alcohol. I can see it on the table. This one's full. That's why I chose this chair.
Right.
You can't even reach the table from the chair.
Oh,
You have to like
I'm
climb up.
hoping to get up there.
You, like jump up and pull yourself up onto the table so you can eat.
So looking around, I was like, so I noticed you only brought us on to half of the castle.
Yep.
So the other half is for the Jarl.
Not for guests.
Okay. So the guest quarters would be.
Just south of here. You want me to show you?
Maybe after we've had something to eat. Thank you.
Can you help me on to the table?
Yeah, he sets you on a table.
I use my wonderful Lapine jumping skills to jump and jump again. And get up here and ooh, is this a berry pie?
That looks good.
Several other giants start kind of meandering in. Start sitting down, eating.
Nothing quite like a meal and a show. I pull out my harp and I go ahead and I play a little tune on my own harp instead of the
giant harp.
the giant ass harp. Yeah.
Several of them are quite impressed and enjoy the music that you're playing as they feast down. They start busting out massive flagons of ale and wine as they dig in, drinking raucously.
Well, Belina,
Yeah.
I just had a thought. These are very big individuals, but you ever wonder if we're just being controlled?
Confused. Controlled by
If
what?
we're being... Can I hear them?
Yeah.
Okay. 30 feet away. What do you mean being controlled?
Well, just imagine that there's like bigger giants somewhere, and they're up there like controlling us.
You mean like telling me what to say and moving me around all the time?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. That sounds really
Next thing
crazy.
you're gonna try and say is they're rolling these huge click-clack rocks with numbers on them to decide what we
Like, there's only chances for me to be successful or not based off of their luck and has nothing to do with my talent.
That
You're
sounds.
insane.
I don't know about that one, but now you got me thinking, and that's just too much. I don't know what to do with that.
Existential crisis.
I just had the thought, and you guys are adding on to it, and it's just, you weren't supposed to help me.
See, this is to show you how ridiculous some of your ideas are. Anyways.
Alright, what do you guys do? You guys want to head in for the night?
I guess so.
Drink really heavily until I feel like I'm at that point, and then go to bed for the night.
Sure.
So Cork's being himself,
Why
and
change
John is
the way you
babysitting.
are?
Alright, and then, so eventually they take you to another room.
Alright, eventually my Eagle Splendor also wears off, so I
Yeah.
need to get rid of that. I don't.
All your stuff will wear off. One of the gruffer looking giants, he just opens the door, like, oh, you rest here.
I call the big bed.
They're all the big bed.
And with that, a long rest. And I know we got a very late start, but I think that this is a good place to stop for the night. A short session, unfortunately, but
During our long rest and the short rest we had for our meal, does anything occur with the lamp?
no.
Because I'm going to take it out and examine it some more.
You definitely get the impression that it's magical in some way. You just can't seem to figure out or tap in to the magic too much.
What happens if I feed a very light aether stream into it?
It seems to absorb it.
Because, yeah, I'm busy studying it over Belina's shoulder. Well, from her side, she's already tall enough and that in the ears. I'm next to her examining it.
It just seems to absorb the
During the evening, I'm going to take, since we still have the giant's vest, I'm going to take it and I'm going to use my, ability with disguise kits and things like that to try and fashion, some warmer garments for ourselves.
Thank you.
You could do that throughout the night and try to cut it up into kind of bits and pieces and make some slightly warmer garb.
All right. You want me to roll for that?
Nah, you can just do it.
Okay.
It's fine. You're skilled enough in it. You have a whole night to work on it. You make your own items for your performances and stuff. You're all right.
Sweet.
All right. And with that, we'll end here tonight, and we will pick up in 2 weeks' time in the morning inside the Cloud Giant's Fortress. And we'll see how the morning goes. As always, thanks for tuning in. I know we had a rough start, an hour behind schedule today due to technical difficulties. But as always, join us in our Discord channel where we talk about games and chat about D&D and Pathfinder and stuff. And we will see you here next week for our Out of the Abyss and Agents of Edgewatch games. Other than that, have a good night and take care, everyone.